maybe about 5 months before I actually went ahead with it. Someone else was a friend of mine was doing it, and so I kind of liked the ideal of babysitting. I thought to myself that's what it would be, babysitting, and I looked into it. Down the line once I got licensed, but I loved it. My first child was placed with me, I believe 1995, and that child is still with me today. So it's been a joy. Mother of four, biological, and I'm a mother of six, which we adopted. And out of the six that we adopted, we still have four home now. I have a 17-year-old, 15-year-old, 22-year-old, 21-year-old that's home with me. And it's been a joy and a struggle too, mixed combined, but it's still part of being a family. So, just to know that you can give love to a child and to just be there. That's one of the biggest joys, to see their life just light up and all the accomplishments that come along with, growing from one stage to another stage. Yes, through the years, I've had children return home. I've had some still never was returned, but it's been a struggle and a joy. As raising children is a joy, it could be a joy in your life if you let it. It's a challenge, but you have to really have that love for children in order to be successful. And so I would say, yes, I had a child return home recently, maybe 2 years ago, a little boy, and he's progressing and doing great. I had him about 18 months. He came in, I believe he was 6 months old, and he had a lot of medical issues going on with him, surgeries and things like that. But he got better, and the family did what they needed to do to, receive their child back home. So it was a blessing on both parts. Yes, very, very, very. Me and her, we kind of bonded. It was a struggle there for a moment because, she wanted that power to feel that she was still mom. And which, being a foster parent, you have to always realize that you really isn't mom. You just a step in for a moment. And, they do really have natural parents that they will be returned back home to. So you have to honor that and respect that, which, I did. But we got together, and it worked out fine. It really did. I've always been open to parents. I try to. I just don't have a lot of visits right off with them in my home, but I do try to, get to know them. hmm she was at the doctor's appointments, so she got a chance to see what was going on with him progressing and what medical needs that he needed and things like that. So she was well aware of maybe how to really care for him, for he had a significant wound to the head and surgeries, and we was there together. We cried together for surgery and all those things that he had to go through. She was there. And so he got better. No kind of medical backfield, no. I do not. And it was just a blessing to know that he was doing really good, with the prayers. Different ones was praying for him and hoping he would pull through, which he did. And so right now he's a beautiful baby, a little 3-year-old running around. Still try to reach out numerous of times. We still go see him. The mom let us see him, and we take him things for Christmas and birthdays because he was part of our life for 18 months. So. In the beginning, it was a struggle due to the fact that she felt maybe I was trying to take her position as being a mom, but I had to prove to her that I wasn't. I kind of stepped back and let her, wear her own shoes. And so she got to be comfortable with me, knowing that I wasn't trying to take her place. And so the friendship kind of grew from there.
You've been fostering for a very long time. What do you wish you had known in the beginning as a newly licensed foster parent?
In the beginning, I would say wish I had knew a lot of information as far as my rights as being a foster parent, and a lot of information as to how different cases would go, and how I did have rights as a foster parent compared to just working for an agency. And so first started out, I didn't really have a lot of information, like I said, and so it played out through the years. The more I go through the different classes, you learn a whole lot. So I'm very advocate for class and training. It gives you so much knowledge and information. So I try to make all my training, all my classes. I'm telling you, if you stay on them, you will learn the system in a sense.
Okay. So, well, you had mentioned the love for children. What else is very important for a new foster parent coming into this? What kind of characteristics or qualities or strengths should they
To have strength to be confident in yourself that you're really not really just doing it just to do it, but to know that I'm being an assist. I'm helping out and having that feel. Knowing that if I help someone, it's a great reward for me also. To be a helper.
have? How is confidence important?
Very confident knowing that I can do this, because you will be challenged a lot depending on what type of child is placed with you. So you have to not let that, break you down to the point where, okay, I'm through with this. This child is sending me through so much. I'm out of here. I'm not doing this anymore, or I'm so ready to just give in and say, well, come get this kid. I've never had where I could just call the workers and say, okay, come get this kid. Not to me. I feel I could do it because it's something I want to do. First of all, I love doing it, so I try to stick with it. It's not something that I went into. Some people say, well, it's about the money, but it's when you really have love for kids that makes the difference. Because regardless of the pay, you know, nothing can really touch your heart. Money is not everything, but knowing that a child's life can be changed, that's the greatest part.
So you seem like you have some good stories. I bet if your kids were here, they would have a lot of positive things to say
I
and
hope
express a lot
so.
of appreciation. Have they conveyed that to you that they are
Oh,
happy to be?
well, so far, like I said, I still have a 22-year-old still home. I have a 21-year-old still home, and a 17-year-old and a 14-year-old. So, and those, they're still there to me. Uh,
So how do you take care of yourself?
like I said, you have to have a positive mind. I mean, you have to know how to deal with stress. If stress arises, it's always a time out for me. I let them know, okay, it's me time now. So, I'm there, I'm available. If it's not emergency, don't call. I don't want to hear it. It's me time. So you have to detox for yourself to keep yourself going. Because if you're not healthy or happy, you can't make someone else happy or healthy.
So do you have supports in place and networks?
My family, like I said, I have a lot of grown children, and so it's just family, a lot of family, and then my church members from church. So it's like we get the job done with prayer.
Um, is there anything that you've learned as far as lessons learned being a foster parent?
um, Lessons learned. Well, I would say I called myself thinking that I wasn't gonna foster anymore. That I'm just gonna, I adopt it now, and things been going good for a while, so I don't want to do this anymore. And it's like, okay. And my kids be saying, "Ma, you know, no more kids." And it's like, okay, then the phone will ring. We have this child or we have that child. And it's like, oh God, how can I say no? And I find myself right back at it again. So, but that's one of the challenges when you really say it. Like now, I'm almost 60 years old, and so it's like, when do I retire from this job? To accept a child as they are, and knowing that we can help them, but some children you just can't really just say change or mold. You know, you're not there to try to make them be the person that you want them to be. You know, you have to accept them for who they are and go with it from there. Well, that's what really gets the job done also, knowing that you do have a lot of support. The caseworker, the GAL, all those ones are in place for a reason. And you have to work together as a team. You know, you can't go in figuring that, well, I'm in this and I'm just, you know, I'm the parent and can't no one tell me what to do or how to run my house. You know, we have to all work together as a team to get the job done. And the main focus is on the child, knowing that his goal is always return home. That's from day one. And we want to try to help make that happen. And not all situations, you know, turn out to be the same, because some children never do be returned home, and we have to, you know, honor whatever decisions that the courts have in place for that child and move forward, you know. The therapeutic specialized program, as you stated, is something new, but I'm always open for training, always. I mean, I'll be on top of it. I try to be. Yes, ma'am. Very, very important to go to all the training that you can get to get knowledge concerning everything. I mean, DCFS has new different types of rules and everything for your home, for keeping your license and all that. So you have to just constantly stay with training. I love training. I really do. Just start with the rules. Well, we do this or we do that, or you go to bed at this time. You know, I want to try to first of all get to try to know you, you know, and bond with you, and then we can kind of set in place the different rules and regulations. But when they're first coming in, they just really need to know that someone is there for them when they first come in, and afterwards, then that's when, you know, you could set limitations.